This is the Endeavour Ocean Blue, a Swiss-made 41mm titanium aqua compressor by the independent British watch brand Fairer. And if by some crazy chance you have never heard of Fairer, let me be the one to introduce you.
Fairer is a segment of wayfarer, meaning to travel, to explore. To us it means an adventure. We don't follow a traditional path. People want things that are interesting, something new and unexpected. British design sensibility with Swiss technical know-how, and that's what we do. It's born of the love of the mechanical watch. Some people have a clear view of what British design means, and in a lot of cases that is a description of us. We like to go off the beaten path. I think colours are like moods. There are days we like complementary, and there are days when we like contrasting and bold colours.
All I can say is how many microbrands are doing it on this kind of level. I love what this company is doing, not just selling watches, but Fairer is selling adventure. Fairer is selling the opportunity to express yourself. This is something very few microbrands are able to tap into, and in fact, I would say that this is something that is usually only reserved for the big dogs. Think Rolex climbing Mount Everest, Omega and its attachment to Bond, or Longines and the way that they show the debonair side of horse racing. These companies know how to sell more than just a watch. They sell a lifestyle, a way for the wearer to tell the world exactly who they are, or at the very least, who they would like to be. You see, snorkeling in the islands is about as close as I've ever been to being an actual diver, but that doesn't stop me from feeling the need to have 300 meters of water resistance. And I have a sneaky suspicion that I am not alone on this one. Well, we are in luck because the watch that we are looking at today has just that and a whole lot more. First released in 2017, Fairer's first aqua compressor featured a stainless steel case and housed an ETA 2824 movement, but by the end of 2020, was upgraded to titanium. The now second iteration, the Titanium Series 2, also saw a lateral move on the heartbeat, swapping out the ETA 2824 for the SW200. Fast forward to 2025 and Fairer has updated the collection once again to the Titanium Series 3. Adding upgrades like the new stamped grid pattern dial seen here on my personal favorite from the collection, the Hecla Hunter Green. The new Series 3 also received an update on the lume, moving on from Grade 1 to now Grade 2 Super Luminova. Fairer even added a new bespoke color with a PVD coating, which is the Endeavour Ocean Blue I have here today. Currently, this watch is on pre-order but is set to start shipping in December. If these upgrades sound like a reason to take a hard look at the new Series 3, just wait until you flip this thing over. Fairer has ditched that puny little 38-hour power reserve and ramped it up to a full 68 hours by opting to swap out the heartbeat once again. This time, moving on from the SW200 and choosing to go with the La Joux-Perret G101. Before moving on to all of the SW200 owners, I am only joking. They are not puny. In fact, I own several of them myself, but let's be honest, a longer power reserve is really nice and it gives us some serious bragging rights. The finish on this movement, I have to say, surprised me. Fairer chose to go with a soigné grade, which is French and translates to well-dressed, and I will confirm this movement is very well-dressed, featuring a Côte de Genève decoration that has been electroplated to produce a beautiful anthracite gray finish. With that said, this does bring me to the very first thing about this watch that I am not the biggest fan of, and that is the wave pattern design on the rotor. Sorry, Fairer, but this thing to me is way too bold and it takes away from the beauty of the movement. Although Fairer doesn't claim any certifications, they do claim on the website that this movement has been adjusted in 4 positions, which that aligns with caliber corner on this grade, and it puts the movement in a range of plus or minus 7 seconds per day, bringing it very close to chronometer grade. Now for the elephant in the room, yes, the Luxe G101 is based off of the Miyota 9000 series, with the design being modified a bit so it can be a drop-in replacement for the ETA 2824 or the Sellita SW200. Which this makes complete sense as Luxe is owned by Citizen and Citizen owns Miyota. With that said, the base design is where the comparisons stop. Not that Miyota is bad by any standards, but the Luxe G101 is more premium in every possible way. Power reserve, upgraded regulator with fine adjustment screw, a KIF anti-shock system, Cote de Genève finish, and yes, it is a truly Swiss-made movement. I'm thinking about doing a true comparison between these movements, so if that's something you would like to see, let me know in the comments. If enough of you want to see it, I'll make it. And by the way, while you are there, if you would like to support the channel, hit that subscribe button. Like the super compressors built by Irvin Piquet in the 1950s, the Endeavour Ocean Blue is equipped with 2 crowns, one at the 2 o'clock and one at the 4 o'clock. Both contain the infamous super compressor cross-hatching and are embossed with the almost superhero-esque style A that Fairer uses for a logo. The thing that surprised me was that they are reversed. On a standard compressor, the 2 o'clock crown rotates the internal bezel and the 4 o'clock sets the time. On this watch, it is backwards, with the 2 o'clock crown now setting the time and the 4 o'clock rotating the internal bezel. I have seen a few people question whether or not this watch is a true compressor, and I do want to point out that this watch does lack the spring-loaded case back of the original super compressor, but the case and gasket are designed to tighten as pressure increases. Fairer claims that this is made possible by modern machining tolerances and materials like titanium, which allow the design to function without the need for Piquet's original spring design. And for those of you that have the habit of going swimming without checking the crown, Fairer has you covered there as well. The Aqua compressor has a dual gasket crown design that allows for 100 meters of water resistance even with the crown unscrewed. That is 300 feet. Not that I would suggest testing it out, but it's nice to know you have it if you need it. Both the bottom and the top crystals are sapphire, with the top being a double dome that has a multi-layered internal anti-reflective coating. The dial has a printed wave pattern that is under a full coat of lume. That lume is also shared with the bezel. The handset and applied hour markers are colored matched to the case and contain 0 lume, but they are extremely legible due to the contrast against the dial. The strap and buckle look and feel really nice, but this brings me to the second and my final complaint. The strap has a cross-hatching pattern molded into it, and while it looks really good, it is a dust or particle magnet. I guess ultimately this doesn't really matter as this watch is waterproof and you can just rinse it off, but I did find it to be a bit of a pain while trying to film B-roll. So is it a buy? Well, I don't do watch recommendations, I do watch reviews, but I will tell you this, I could absolutely see one of these in my personal collection. Although I will say that if I was to choose one, I would go with the Hekla Hunter green one. It's just the one that speaks to me a little more. Oh, and there is one more thing that I did want to mention. Do even a little bit of research on this brand, and the one word that will pop up over and over is color. Fairer has a way of mixing colors with their watches that are quite unique to them. So I thought as I exited this video, I would just show you a few of the other watches from their lineup. If you liked the video, please let me know by hitting that like button. And if you would like to show me a little love, you can do so by hitting the subscribe while you're there. I just want to say thank you for watching. I'm James. This is Blue Collar Luxe, and I will see you in the next one.